What's up, racing people? SpeedZoneTV here tonight for race number 12, Championship Night, Season 5, Lightning Esports. This battle brought to you by SimLab. So if you're in the market for a sim rig, you're going to want to check them out. They're sponsoring the title race tonight. I'm your host, Robert Warren's going to be bringing you all the action. We got 12 drivers in the field. 4 of the 5 drivers showed up for the playoff battle. Let's take a quick look at our information here. So we're Michigan International Speedway tonight. I think we're doing 80 laps, maybe 70. We'll see in a second. 75 degrees, partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds, 40% humidity. So good weather for championship night. We're going to quickly roll through our grid. Khan taking the pole, Shearer on the outside, Zapata third, Baker fourth, Shriver fifth, Rideout sixth, Pottle seventh, in eighth is Cookhausen, Henry ninth, Warren's 10th, Burke 11th, and Schuessler rounding out the field. Pace car's ducking in. Green's out, Shearer gets a good start, Zapata on the bumper of Khan. Those two are going to be ones to watch out. They're both in the playoff. Shearer tight to Khan going into one. Down the backstretch. Outside line's going to be proving dominant. Into 3 and 4. Michigan is really all about momentum, clean air, and tire discipline. So, you typically have seen that 21 machine fall back and then show those tire management skills. Zapata, normally aggressive, charges to the front, but thrives under pressure. Cookhausen, he's a new paint tonight. That's another playoff driver. He's currently riding 9th. It's pretty calm and calculated, and if he gets an opportunity, you're likely going to see him strike near the end. And our wild card tonight, the 05 Throttle Pottle, came in just from good attendance, but we've seen the wild card go ahead and steal the show. So season 3, we saw Chris Luttrell come in on the wild card, win on strategy. Last season, we saw Warren's win. And both those drivers in season 3 and season 4 were the kind of more of the underdogs. We're really expecting them to clinch. But really just strap in. We got a lot of racing left. 3 laps in. Shearer breaking away with Zapata and Baker. Khan drops back a little bit. Shearer was in points contention, but unfortunately missed a race due to personal matters. Likely one of the class of the field. Go ahead and take a look at our final 4 playoff drivers. The 38 of Zapata in his K&N filter Chevy. Running not too far behind the 38 machine is a 21 of Robert Kahn. Several wins on the season so far. 05 of Chantel Pottle next. Currently running 3rd of the 4 drivers. And our 4th driver in new paint tonight picked up a cigarette sponsor. Is Brandon Cookhausen. So this is going to be a very interesting track because tire management is going to be very critical. And, as we start to get towards that pit window, we're going to really kind of see who has practiced their pit strategies. Who can get in the best. Taking a look at our lap times, best lap so far looks like a 38.38 by Jason Henry. Currently running 6th. Last time around, drivers have fallen off about 5/10 from their fastest lap. So, that tire wear is starting to click in. You see Khan making moves on the outside of Baker. But it's going to be very easy for drivers here to move around. Michigan is a multi-groove track. Tight battle for the top 3. Puddle on the bumper of the 21 of Khan running the lower groove. The top 3 cars running the high groove. You can see that bottom groove is starting to gain momentum on the exit of the corner. We'll be popping back and forth with the chat, so if you want to update on your driver, a little spotlight, go ahead, put that in the chat. Happy to do that. Also, if you're you're wondering what SpeedZoneTV has to offer, click that gearbox in the bottom right. Make sure you're streaming in 4K. Whenever you're watching SpeedZoneTV, you're going to want to make sure that you're viewing the best possible quality you can. Little brush to the wall from the 05 machine. Stacks up on Shriver. Not seeing any damage. Light contact for the Puddle. Hookhausen closing in slightly. Staying in the draft, being patient, being smart. Making a move around the outside of Henry. Checking up on the bumper of Shriver as Warrens and Shriver are battling as Warrens looks to go underneath the 05 of Puddle. Zapata does take the lead. Draft is oh so critical here. It actually, pulls you a few extra mile an hour down the straightaway. And even though we only got a 12-car field tonight, all the drivers in the top 10 are within a second. So pretty miraculous as to the talent level that Lightning Esports is putting on. Seen any big movers. It's likely a little too early to start to make that jump, start to push. You got to be strategic here. Shearer charging on the underside of Zapata. One thing Zapata's got to remember here is he's not in a battle with Baker or Shearer. He's battling that 21 machine, that 5 machine, the 05 machine. Those are the 4 drivers that have showed up tonight. The other driver, Barry Tolleson, a couple wins on the season as well. Didn't make it through the state border. Rumor has it he got busted with some contraband. Tough break for Barry. Shouldn't be carrying that stuff around with you, bud. Zapata's actually got 2 wins on the season as well. Khan with 3. Zapata won early on in the season. And, he's just kind of been not getting that magic as the season progressed. He won at Rockingham, very difficult track, and then he won at Bristol Motor Speedway. Shearer's also got 2 wins on the season, but Khan with 3 wins, carrying a significant amount of momentum over the last 4 races, winning 3 of them. So 1 at Lucas Oil, 1 at Iowa, and the other last week at Daytona. Very crazy finish at Daytona. Warren's up on the bumper of Zapata, making the charge 15 laps in. Almost 25% of the race done. Hookhausen, 9th, still not pushing. Zapata jumps out to a 2/10 lead. The field is starting to fan out a little bit. A few laps ago, those 10 drivers are all within a second. Now we see Cookhausen falling back to 1.5. Hopefully he's able to regain that gap and not lose the draft. See, he's right in the mix of those cars. Let's get a little close-up on the 5 of Cookhausen. Just hanging back a little bit. Maybe he's, expecting a little bit of carnage. There are 3 wide in front of him. That's Baker, Henry, and Shriver. Henry below the white line, trying to get momentum. That's a 94 of Burke in front. Cookhausen, I don't know if you want to sit in the draft too long back there. You probably want to march up a little bit and make sure that you're in good contention for a good pit entry. 3 wide in front. That's Burke on the bottom with Pottle and Warren's on the outside. Front 2 are slightly breaking away. Shearer and Zapata. 3/10 over Kahn. 3 wide on the exit of 2. That's Henry in between Shriver and Baker, threading the needle. Family of seamstresses there, getting it done. Get in the pits. That'll be our first one. Lap 18. Zapata coming down. Nice clean entrance there. I wonder if we're going to see the other takers. Back up here. Shearer is our leader. Kahn second. Pottle third. Warren's fourth. Burke fifth. Henry 6th. Shriver 7th. 8th goes to the 5 machine, but now labeled the 2. That's Cookhausen. Schuessler 10th, 12 seconds back. Rideout is a lap down. Mr. Consistency, the fireman, struggles with the later part of the season, not being able to get it done. Ooh, Burke into the pit wall in front of Cookhausen. Tough break for Burke there. He's able to get it away. Go ahead and take a look at the rear chase. Seeing a little right front damage on that 94 machine. Our new leader, no stranger to the front, that 21 car. Otto, Henry, Shriver, all in line, all coming in together. Oh, Henry loses her. Good save. Shriver gives him enough room to get around safely and squared up as they drag down pits. It's going to be the race off a pit lane here. Smooth entry for that 21 machine. Nice and steady. That's top 4 coming in, so it's going to be racing now to see. Looks like Shearer's open a little bit of lead over Warren's. Not too much. Wait for these drivers to cycle through. All the marbles on the line tonight. We're coming to the mid part of the race where strategy is going to be critical. Auto drag racing out. Zapata further back, 3.5 seconds back. It looks like Poddle is our current leader in the playoff contention for the championship tonight, with Khan not too far behind. Warren's on the bumper of that 05 machine with the 21 in behind him. Creating a little breathing room for Poddle as Shearer ducks down to the back stretch on the low side to break the draft. I don't know if that'll matter too much with the three cars in tandem there. Otto breaking down. Warren's falls behind the 21 of Khan. A battle a little bit further back is Zapata and Shriver. Zapata is closing. Might have been taking tires. Like, I don't know if I would have taken 4, but 2 tires would have worked here. But let's take a look at our pit stop times. You can see Shearer, Poddle, Khan, Warren's all in the 38. Zapata 43 for pit lane time. So definitely an indication of taking 4 tires. Pit stop lap 19, 20, 19, 18. Zapata is closing, but it might have been too soon to bolt on those left sides. Just over a third of the way done the race. This one's coming down fast. On the bumper of the 05 machine. This is for the championship right here. We're gonna have to start watching the corner exits to see who's been managing their tires better. Like we said earlier, that Michigan is a momentum track, so you can really gain speed depending on how you roll those corners, especially in through turns 2 and 4. You gain that speed down the straightaway. We see Poddle slip up there, allowing Khan and Warrens to get by, drifting on the bottom. Poddle tight to Warrens on the exit of 4. You know, these championship races aren't won early. Definitely often not won early. But they definitely can be lost early. So, you know, we're seeing Cookhausen falling back 9 seconds to the field. He's still in the hunt. But a significant challenge to make up that distance. He's going to need 3 drivers in front of him to make a boo-boo. Looking at Zapata now, you can see he's slowly closing the gap. He was almost 4 seconds. He's made up a second. These drivers are going to come in at around lap 36, 37. And then they're going to have to come in one more time. So, you know, Zapata taking the left sides early He might be a little bit better off this next run. You might see a little bit of shuffle in track position. Warren's on the bumper of Poddle. Tight battle between these two as Kahn starts to make the charge for the lead. He's breaking away. 7/10 the marker over Poddle and Warren's. 5/10 back from our leader, Shearer. These drivers will be coming in just after halfway. Bolton on mix of drivers here is taking different lines. You see the low side, the high side, going up to our leader here. Bud Shearer, 2 wins on the season. He's been a threat. Unfortunately, attendance is going to nab him with not being in the hunt tonight for that championship. But I mean, a win just feels good. So, you know, if you're going to come to season 6 on that momentum, that high, it definitely can start you off in that right direction. Not too far back. He's closing that gap to 21 machine. Robert Kahn, the Tire King. But it's still ticking down the time slightly. Let's go ahead and take a look at last laps. Kind of leveled out. He's been about a 10th or so faster, but it's leveling out now. Running third, 05 of Chantel Poddle. Up 4 spots tonight. Definitely in the hunt, not too far out of it. 4th is Warren's in the 90 machine. Decided to take vacation and couldn't find a backup driver. He's also out of the championship, last season's champion. 38 of Zapata. Isn't that about 2.7 seconds back? He still can get it done. I wouldn't count this man out just yet. Running 6th for Shriver, Tom and Jerry Paint. Sharp look at numbers. I do say so myself. The 5 machine, also known as the 2 machine tonight, in its camel paint. 10 seconds back. He's fallen back a little bit further. The 3 drivers in front of him are going to have to make a bobble for him to be able to have a shot here if this thing stays green. In 8th spot, Baker putting together a pretty good run, only 14 seconds back. Chris Schuessler, 61 machine, currently running 9th. Up a few spots as the cars behind him suffered some catastrophes. Number 10 of Henry, we saw Henry get a little loosey-goosey on pit entrance. Falling back here in 11th. Fireman Mike Rideout, Mr. Consistency. And running out the field in 12th spot is Burke. We almost saw him die on pit entrance. Warren's coming in the pit lane. He's our first taker in pit road for the second stop of the night. Race is brought to you by SimLab. They're sponsoring tonight's race. Want to go ahead and check out their website if you're in the mix. And, you know, hey, it's Christmas. You want to treat yourself. Want to give yourself a little love. You want to hit up their website, see what they have to offer. They have a bunch of sim rigs that you might be interested in. Moore's bolting on left sides. Left sides only. Interesting strategy. Up with our leaders here. Here and Con. Con falls back. It looks like he's getting ready to come into the pits here. Not sure if he made a little bobble. Zapata coming out of the pits? That's the blue cone. He's entering back on the track. Otto and Khan still on the track. Hookhausen coming down the pit road now. Two drivers will have completed their pit cycles, but Khan and Podol still have not come in. The lap 40 at the line. Last time on pit was lap 20. Let's see if he comes in on lap 40 to 41. Henry looking underneath. Not able to get the momentum. 05 machine, Apollo coming down the pit lane now. Smooth entrance, Shriver in the dirt. Able to make it through. We're nearing the later part of the race where the culmination of strategy is coming together. With 30 markers to go, we're going to be crowning a champion. On coming into the pits here. Henry on his bumper. Henry not showing up in the mix here. Let's go ahead and change the row. Game pit laps. Take a look at pit times, but looky, it might be Zapata. Now, for the lead, as you can see, he's beat Khan off pit road. By about 4 seconds. Zapata is our current leader in the playoffs. Championship night, anything can happen, and here it's happening right in front of us. We got Shearer in second, Warren's in third, Khan in fourth. Hookhausen, they have Podol is in the pits. I'm not sure if Podol got tagged with a penalty. That is not what we want to see for that 05 machine. Still in the pits. We're going to have to watch to see if Khan can close up that gap on Zapata. Zapata fell short of closing up the gap before, with only closing it up like 2.7 seconds. So we'll have to see if it's possible here for Zapata to maintain the distance. Go ahead and take a look at pit stop time. Looks like fuel only for Zapata. You can see that Khan and Shearer are closing that gap a lot. Not sure if that's the move here. I would have probably took 2. See that Baker was another one who decided to roll with fuel only here underneath. Zapata for the lead. Crazy times here. 2.5 seconds the gap for Khan to gain on Zapata. Margins are closing. You know, Michigan really rewards a driver who can stay smooth. Well, everyone else is on the edge. Zapata is attacking that track as hard as he can. But the Tire King, Robert Kahn, not too far behind. He's had the momentum the later part of the season. Zapata trying to find his groove. This is going to be the battle here. As we wind down with 25 laps to go, you can feel the pressure. One slip, one bad line, and that championship is gone. On can see Zapata now. Warren's underneath Zapata. On half a second back. Got one more pit stop. Zapata comes out with an aggressive pit strategy. Rolling the dice. He was chasing that championship. They're 3 wide. Khan threading the needle. We seen Henry do it earlier. Great job by Khan to get around Warren's and Zapata in one corner. We haven't seen these two slip up on pit road. With one pit stop, that doesn't remove Cookhausen from the championship just yet. He's still able to win. This guy's got to wait till about 20 laps to go, and you're going to see some pits happening. Running all alone. Take a look at lap times last time around. 39.1 for sure. 38.9, so about a 10th quicker for Khan. Warren's in pace in between both of them. Zapata falling back. He's 0.3 slower than Khan, unfortunately. Almost 0.4. He's gonna need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here, as Khan's going to start to open up the gap. Khan 1.8 seconds ahead. But Shearer is our leader. 2 wins on the season, looking for the 3rd win, not in the championship, but looking to put down a whopper. Strategy is everything at this stage. We're coming to that final pit stop. The fuel window's going to open. Tire wear, pit entrance, pit speed, and exit are all going to start to dictate who we're going to be crowning in 20 laps. 2.4 seconds for Khan over Zapata. $1.4 for Khan to seal the deal on that lead. He wants to hunt down Shearer, but is a win really that important right at this stage of the race? I'm not racing for the win if I'm Robert Kahn. I'm going to just manage the cars that are around me. It looks like Zapata is ducking into the pits here. Ooh, comes in hot, locks him up. Good job at the 38 machine of Javier Zapata. Getting that thing woed up. Gonna watch his pit strategy here. That's Burke leaving the pits. He needs a smooth entrance. Nice entrance on the line. Rights are up. And he's away. Warren's on the bumper of Khan. After the rough start to the season, as we've interviewed him several times, he said that, you know, he was happy to start to mark down some wins and feel that finally it was going his way. 21 machine, Robert Kahn, our current leader in the playoff battle for the championship. Using the draft of the 90 car to manage his equipment. Shearer has checked out 2.5 seconds over Warren's, over Khan, with Shriver 16 back, with Cookhausen just right with him. Baker coming into the pits now. Khan coming into the pits. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, Khan might have came in a little bit hot there. Warren's underneath. Needs a smooth pit entrance here. Nice and slow. Gets it in the box. Rights are up. Lefts are up too. Interesting strategy here. I wasn't expecting 4 tires. Zapata ahead of Khan with 15 laps to go. We're going to have to wait to see how the markers turn out for this one. Khan wants by Henry. He's on the bumper. Giving them giving them a little love. And let me go, bro. One of us is here for a championship. And these cars don't have horns, but if they did, it would have been like, come on, Debbie. Get out my way, Debbie. Hard to see where the drivers are on the track. Khan showing a lap down on the board right now. Got Shearer leading. He's going to have to come in for a top-up. Second spot is the 14 machine of Shriver. Zapata. Let's turn on our track map. Let's see where these drivers are. See, Zapata is on the front stretch, crossing the line. Khan is crossing it now. Khan is about 4.5 seconds behind Zapata. with 13 laps to go. Driver entering the pits now. We're going to have to be watching these lap times. Current playoff leader is a 38 machine of Javier Zapata. Strong start to the season with a win at Rockingham and then at Bristol, back-to-back wins. He's been silent for the rest of the season. But will he have enough to show up when it matters most? It looks like Khan is within 3 seconds of Zapata. Depending on the lap times here, it's going to make a big difference. Khan 0.6 quicker than Zapata last time around. Warren's on the bumper. This is for the championship. I think Shearer's still got to come in the pits. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pit stop lap. Shearer looks like he came in. Zapata on 51, Khan 54. Khan just under 3 seconds behind Zapata with 11 laps to go. Top in the cockpit of Zapata. Let's look at its inputs. Let's see how he's feeling with this car. He's being very gentle, likely looking to pocket some tire as that 21 machine is hunting him. You can see on the track map in the upper right-hand side of the screen, Zapata entering turn 1, Khan not too far behind. Go ahead and take a look at Khan now. He can smell faint exhaust fumes of Zapata. .7 seconds back. Maybe 1.8. Depends on who's doing the math. He's digging. You can see he's pushing that car. Hard on the throttle from the center out. 1.6. It looks like Khan's going to be able to close the gap here. Shearer is likely going to win tonight. Using that whole track. Robert Khan down to the bottom. Getting momentum off the corner up to the high side. But this is where, we're winded down. 1.4 seconds marker back. Happy to run in the middle groove, as you can see. On. Not far back now. Wonder if those tires are going to level off. Let's take a look at our lap times from the last time around. Zapata 39.1, Khan 38.82, 0.3 quicker by Khan with 7 laps to go. So if that pace maintains, 0.3 again, that's 2.1 seconds. What's going to happen is we're going to be battling right down to the very last lap here. You can see Pottle also in the mix, but suffering that penalty 2 laps down. Going to be very interesting. On within a second now Will Zapata turn on the Jets? Will that 21 machine make a mistake? It's unlikely. We haven't seen him make very many mistakes. Normally just unfortunate incidences that have occurred for him. The final stages are set here. Khan on the bumper, 3/10 back of Zapata with 5 laps to go. Substantially better tires on that 21 machine, unless the 38 has been saving. Zapata using the high side. This is the battle for the championship. Khan on the inside. And it doesn't look like Zapata has the tires to hold off the 21. Or even at the line. Zapata might have been pocketing tires while Khan was pushing hard. Big runs by 38. They're tight down the backstretch. Khan gives them a lot of room to tuck in behind. We don't know if Khan's going to run the high side to try to get momentum. Tucks in the draft. 4 laps to go. Shearer out. 3.8 seconds. Khan slides up. Completes the pass. I don't know if Zapata's got anything in the tank. Zapata going to shoot to the bottom here. Shooting high. It's the battle for the championship. It's not looking like Zapata has enough tire to pull it off. Go ahead and take a look at our leader. All alone, Bud Shearer, the 93 car. 2 wins on the season. Not in the championship, but impressive performance. He's led a significant amount of laps tonight. The man of the night so far, still in the battle, is Zapata, 2/10 back. Don't know if he's got enough to get up there. Warren's on the inside of Zapata. On low and slow. He's run the bottom side of that track all night. Ooh, little contact. White flag is out. This is the battle for the championship here. Zapata down to the bottom. He gets a little loose. He's going to cross him. Woo! Little brush of the wall. It's going to be a drag race down the backstretch. On. It's got about 3/10, about 4 car lengths. Zapata struggles. Huddle on the inside. Going to stop Zapata from jamming her down. Here is going to be our winner as he's crossing the line. Right meow. Robert Kahn, second tonight. Zapata grabs third with Warren's in behind. Kahn's going to be our Season 5 champion unofficially. Zapata's going to finish third, second in the championship. But tough break. Strategy plays all the cards tonight. And what an interesting race here. Brought to you by SpeedZoneTV. Lightning Esports Season number 5. Tons of action there. Zapata put up a heck of a battle, but just didn't have enough in the tank at the end. We're going to have a brief intermission and go ahead and look to interview some of our drivers. Big win for Shearer. I mean, Zapata's got to be super proud of being there in the fight right at the end. But Robert Kahn gets it done. SpeedZone TV going to take a little brief intermission here. We'll be back shortly.
Bad credit? No problem. We finance everyone. Plus, save up to 30% when you buy through our website. And we got the deal of the century. Send a friend our way, and if they buy a car, you get up to $300 cash straight to your wallet. It's summer. It's your time, and you deserve to drive the car of your dreams. Come on down, and we'll put it all together for you. We want you out of that old ride and into something fresh. And that something is here at Car to Sell. Bad credit? No problem. We finance everyone. Plus, save up to 30% when you buy through our website. And we got the deal of the century. Send a friend our way, and if they buy a car, you get up to $300 cash straight to your wallet. It's summer. It's your time, and you deserve to drive the car of your dreams. Come on down, and we'll put it all together for you. We want you out of that old ride and into something fresh. And that something is here at Car to Sell.
Be looking to bring in our race winner first. We're not seeing the third place finisher, Bud Shearer. Bud, it's Rob up in the booth. How are you feeling about tonight's win, sir?
Oh, a little bittersweet, I guess, but I guess we'll go out this way. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you were a contender all season. You had 2 wins on the season. It looks like attendance nipped you in the bud. What happened there, bud?
Last Sunday I had to put my dog down, so I didn't really
shit.
feel like jumping on here.
Sorry to hear that, man. That's always tough to do.
Yeah, it is what it is. I didn't feel like doing this anyways, so I figured we'd come back out here this week and prove the point that it would have been me.
I mean, definitely, impressive run for you. You open up a lead of over 3.8 seconds, almost 4 seconds. Was the marker of the finish there. So you definitely had the strategy, you had the poise, you led most of the laps. I mean, are you going to be returning for season 6, or what's going on for you?
I'd like to.
You coming back for a championship? Is that what I'm hearing?
I would like to, if I can make sure I don't miss too many days. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I like this group of people and good people to race with, and yeah, I'd like to come back and do it again. I do like this car, I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a newer build on iRacing, so one thing, it is put together well as far as its stability, its handling. I mean, the graphics look super cool because it's new, right? So the lighting always shines, everything's beautiful. I'm not sure what season 6 is going to bring as far as what car. I don't know if that's been announced yet for administration.
I mean, I hope they do this one again. I'd say in the last three seasons, it would be the most racier thing we've had, because there's, you had 4 people, I guess, racing full time up front, and then you also had others where kind of before I felt like there was like 3 people in the next gen, you know what I mean, that were up front every week. So this one's there's more competition with this one, but it's more fun.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely the tire model is something to be desired because it rewards people who drive smooth and consistent, and then it also doesn't reward those who are abusive. But I mean, a win's a win tonight, bud. So I mean, you got to feel good about it, buddy. Like, impressive win.
Yeah, I said we were gonna save a little bit that first run, and then she was game on from that point on. So we kind of nursed it the first 20 laps, whatever we did until we ran out of gas, and then when I came out, I kind of sent it, and that was about the end of it.
Well, congratulations, bud. I mean, like, super dominating performance. Who do you want to give a shout out to for race number 12's win?
Well, like every week, I'd like to give you a big thanks for putting on the broadcast every week and doing what you do. Everybody that runs the league here at Lightning Esports and gives us somewhere to race every week, makes it fun, and every single person that shows up, there's no league race without them, so it's a pleasure every week. And thank RBS with Sean and Justin. We'll move on to next season.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, congrats on the win, bud. I hope that you move all the obstacles out of your way to have perfect attendance so you can just duke it out. You definitely been a staple here and shown a bunch of talent and a bunch of speed.
Thank you, Kyle, man. It's like I said, it's everybody else here that makes this work, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, hope to be talking to you again soon, bud. Once again, congrats on your win.
Thank you kindly. Have a good one.
That was our winner tonight. We're going to bring our runner up in the championship. Mr. Zapata, tell me about your night. What the heck happened? What could you have done differently?
Man, first of all, congrats to Robert, for putting all this together. It was a great race. I don't think there's a lot more I could have done. I pitted on the first cycle and put all tires on, and then I put 2 on the next one and 2 on the last one. Hopefully that strategy, was going to work out. It kind of did, but I pitted kind of a lap early, so I had to save about a lap of gas that last stint. And Rob was about 3 seconds behind me. He managed to catch up. I was saving a little bit of my tires too, just because I knew there was going to be something good at the end. And yeah, I mean, proud of what we've raced all season. Proud of that race too. I think this was a hard race. Anybody could have won it. So, but congrats again to Rob.
Yeah, I mean, it was an epic battle, that last pit stop there. You had, about a 4-second lead, and you bolted on 2, he bolted on 4, and he just slowly inched. And, I wondered if you were saving. It looked like you were saving. And then when he got to you, those 4 tires definitely, tried the crossover. You made it stick for a second there, and then he got you back. So, I mean, hats off to you for picking that strategy. It did work out for you. Like, heck of a show. You definitely should go back and watch the broadcast. What about season 6? Is this going to be in the cards for you for Lightning Esports to be returning here?
Definitely a great group of people to race with, and yeah, that last move was exciting. I was talking to Rob on the waiting room, and I told him, I think you knew I was going to do that, right? And he said, yes. I kind of eased up the throttle to let you by, and he did the crossover, and I think it all worked perfectly for both. He just had the better car at that time, and yeah, again, proud of what we did, and yeah, congrats again to him, and yes, you'll be seeing me next season.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, heck of a performance, Javier. Like, I enjoyed watching you all season. You had 2 wins on the season early on in the season. It looked like, maybe you didn't have the level of confidence that you kind of needed the last few races, but you definitely put on a stellar performance tonight, and just to sneeze away from the championship. But nonetheless, who do you want to give a shout out to for your beautiful performance tonight and throughout the season?
To my wife Jenny, she supports me in all of this, so happy that she's enjoying this too. And yeah, shout out to everybody who raced on this season, and Merry Christmas to you guys and to everybody as well.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again on your P3. You ran just right behind the championship, and heck of a season overall. Hope to be talking to you again soon, Javier.
Yeah, likewise. Take care.
Take care, buddy. It's time to bring in the man of the night. He might be crying. He might be laughing. I'm not really sure. Let's go ahead and grab him. Mr. Khan, the Tire King. How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Well, you finally did it. I mean, I'm pretty good, but, this will be your 4th win of the season. You won 4 out of the 5 races. Well, I guess no. Your 3rd win of the season. You won 3 out of the 5 races. You ran runner up tonight. But, how you feeling? You're the official champion. You're gonna have to tear down that motor though. But what do you got to say about your race tonight?
Oh man, I'm happy to get it. It's been, I was looking at it right before the race. It's been 4 years since I got one, so I was nervous that last pit stop because I didn't know what that strategy I was pulling. I I knew I couldn't win the race doing that, but I knew that I could probably catch Javier at the end. But as I was getting closer to him, I was spent. So, but for his tires being that difference in laps, he put a hell of a fight up and a clean fight too. That was a lot of fun, man. I know he didn't get a championship, but he should be proud of that run he had. That was damn good. I didn't think he was going to make it on fuel or whatever strategy he was doing. I'll be honest, in the middle of the race, I kind of was like, what the hell is he doing? You know, that ain't gonna work. You know, and then it did. So that was good. He had a really good season.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you said it best. Is that I wasn't knowing what to expect tonight with the mix of strategies that were going on, and Javier had his own, you had your own, Bud had his own, and it all kind of just like worked out, and like overall, just a heck of a show. I mean, the battle between you two, I would say like the last 10 laps where you're inching up. He got the crossover on you, and then you did a beautiful job of just kind of managing that slide up and crossing them back over. I don't know. What do you want to say about your P2 tonight and your championship? What do you want to say?
If you would have going into the playoffs, if you'd asked me, I would have been a contender in this. I would have laughed. I had the season I had in the regular season was horrible, and then these cars just at the beginning just didn't fit my driving style. Like they're tight. You get aero tight with them. The air affects so much with them, and then it was like the first round of the playoffs, the last race before the playoffs, and then going into the playoffs, it clicked. Something clicked with it, and man, I didn't expect this. So I'm happy. It was for a season. It was horrible, but the playoffs are awesome. So
yeah, I mean, you spend so much time getting there, right? Like it's seven races to get yourself into the playoffs. And then you got to be consistent in the playoffs, and I think that's when you kind of showed up the most, is you were the most consistent right in that playoff bracket. You know, three out of the 5 races you won in the playoffs, and you know, you might have been the bridesmaid tonight, but you're definitely the champion overall. So, I mean, congrats to you. 4 years is a long time, and you know, you're probably going to have to come back and defend it next season.
Yeah, I think so. It's just funny because like the playoffs, the last race at Daytona, just seemed like that was my season, like a crash and burn, and then just like a recovery. Like that was just wild. I was looking at that earlier this week, and I've never won a race like that.
No,
like I end up spinning out, and I'm like, damn it, and then I'm like, I guess I got second, and then I hear you on the broadcast saying that's the craziest way to win a race, and I'm like, I won.
Yeah.
What the hell, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It must feel good. Congrats on the championship, the Tire King, Robert Kahn. I think, you know, you definitely showed that poise through the season that managing your tires pays off, because it's not about leading the first 10 laps or, you know, the first, you know, 10 laps of after a pit stop. It's about managing the stuff and getting it done. So, you know, I think that's definitely what stitched the championship for you. It's just your ability to manage your equipment. So, who do you want to give a shout out to for your P2 tonight? But more importantly, you being the Tire King of Season 5 and the champion.
Oh man, I hope every one of our sponsors come back for next year. They're awesome, from Cars to Sell in Windsor, New Jersey, which isn't that far from where I live at. Sim Labs, Lightning Wraps, Sim Racing Addict, Your Speed Shop, Outlier Speed Co. Dude, if I probably would have been able to get a P1 if I ran one of those setups tonight. So, but and then MRM Designs. I appreciate everybody who are with us this year, and I hope everyone comes back.
Yeah, I mean, we've had tons of great racing here, a mix of winners, and you know, it's really just kind of like a wild card of who's going to win on any given night, because there's so many variations of drivers that have different skill sets here. So I think season 6 is going to be one heck of a season.
Yep, I agree, man. I hope the drivers come back for it too, because we get a little bit bigger field. I mean, we won the last 4 races without a caution.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That's good racing.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Well, Mr. Khan, congrats on your championship tonight. I hope that you're back in the fight for season 6 and you kind of show that same kind of poise and perfection that you had all season, and hope to be talking to you again soon.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yep.
That was our champion, Robert Kahn, with kind of more of a Cinderella performance nearing the end of the season, and just the mix of drivers that we saw come up through the ranks and put on the show at Lightning Esports for season 5. We had Warren Young. He didn't run a full season. He grabbed the win at Talladega. We didn't see Barry Tolleson tonight. Definitely been a fast performer. He won Richmond, the second race of the season, battled hard. Not sure what happened to him tonight. Zapata, we saw win 2 races on the season and just be a contender tonight. Heck of a performance from him. Budshare wins the night. He's got 2 wins on the season. This was his 3rd. We saw Oaks. He didn't show up tonight. Definitely a fast driver. But overall, the man of the night, the man of the season, Robert Kahn, the Tire King, showing that poise and perfection to get it done. Hats off to him as our champion. And you saw that tonight. He picked a little bit different strategy than that 38 machine, and that worked out for him. And you heard him say, I'm not here for the win. I'm here for the championship. So he bolted on 4 tires and chased down Zapata in an epic performance. So you're going to want to go back through and watch that. I don't think the 70 laps at Michigan disappointed tonight whatsoever. 4 races, no cautions, nothing really to say other than just the high level of respect that these drivers have put on to make it possible for us just to have clean broadcasts. And SpeedZone TV bringing you all that action. And, that 21 machine, just once again, congrats on his championship. I think it would have been interesting to see the 93 be in the mix. But personal matters there that he shared with us, limited his ability to be in attendance. So, a break for him. Hoping that season 6 does not disappoint. But let's quickly roll through our results for tonight. Budshare grabbing the win over a 4-second lead over the 21 machine of Robert Kahn, the champion of season 5. 38 is Zapata in 3rd, Warren's 4th, Shriver 5th, Cookhausen 6th, Rideout 7th, Baker 8th, Burke 9th, Henry 10th, Schuessler 11th, and Pottle rounding out the field. Just an awesome race overall. Would have been nice to have a few more cars to kind of watch everyone pick their lanes, pick their pitch strategies. But, overall, we saw multi-groove racing that was really phenomenal to watch. From all of the sponsors that have been on board for Season 5, MRM Designs, Outlier Speedco, SimLab, Sim Racing Addict, Lightning Wraps, they've all made it possible for you to be viewing SpeedZone TV. So shout out to them. But we had to crown a champion tonight. That's that 21 machine of Robert Kahn. Hats off to him for 3 wins on the season and really just showing an amazing performance in the playoff bracket. And expect much more precision than what he put on. But heck yeah. So SpeedZone TV is going to be signing off. I'm your host, Robert Warrens. We'll be back live again Monday night for race number 6 in Roughneck Racing's Super Speedway Series, and then again on Wednesday for Roughneck Racing's Truck Series. Then we'll be shutting down for the holidays. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. If you don't join us for those 2 broadcasts, that's cool. But make sure you're putting a like and subscribe on the channel. We're so close to getting our plaque. So close. Once again, yes, thank you for tuning in. SpeedZone TV signing off. Robert Warren's wishing you all the best, and congrats again to the 21 machine of Robert Kahn. the season 5 champion of Lightning. Take care, everyone.